साजन मोरे घर आए आए, साजन मोरे घर आए आए, साजन मोरे घर आए, साजन मोरे घर आए आए, साजन मोरे घर आए आए, मन अति सुख पाए, मन अति सुख पाए, मन अति सुख पाए, साजन मोरे घर आए आए, साजन मोरे घर आए आए, मन अति सुख पाए, साजन मोरे घर आए, 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 मन अति सुख पाए, मन अति सुख पाए, साजन मोरे घर आए।
Okay, I'm going to stop there. Still getting a hang of things. Anyway, Jai Shri everybody. Welcome to this UK evening meditation. So today's meditation is going to be about Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya. And basically, just came very spontaneously, the whole thing, including what I wanted to do was, first section was to tell the story of how Adi Guru was born. And I wanted to do that for the children who are listening, you know, so there's a little bit of floweriness or poeticalness, you know, in order to give a little bit of flavor to the story. So the birth of Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya. And then we're going to do a little worship to Lord Dattatreya. And that is with these 10 principles. So what happened, I just all of a sudden felt that on each name of his main incarnation, you know, in a sense of the gurus, as we know them through Sahaj, we will light a beacon. So that's where you see a little statuette of Lord Dattatreya, and then you have two little lamps, and each lamp has 5 wicks. So as we narrate the names, we will light each beacon. And of course, as you would gather, that the desire is that each of these beacons, each of these lamps will be, and the names that is given will be enlightened within us and also throughout the world. So the Guru Tattva and the Adi Guru principle will reside within man. So that's the thing that came to us. And so I obviously, it's always quite embarrassing sometimes when you're standing there, you're not really used to narrating things, but here we are. So again, welcome. We're going to start with a story, but if we can all bow down to Shmataji at our holy lotus feet, we can raise your Kundalini, put ourselves in a bandhan. So I'll give us a moment for that. So the story of how Lord Dattatreya was conceived and created on this earth is a very fascinating story. I thought everybody would know it, but apparently not everybody does. So, but this was mainly, my idea was just for the children to hear the story. So the story goes that somewhere in a loka, in another dimension, there was a maiden, a young woman who was quite happy. There was a guru in the village. She would serve the guru and should have herself her own joy. So much so, she was so immersed into herself that she just grew into a mature woman, but had no thoughts of any marriage or anything. She was so innocent. And so the villagers all thought she may have been the incarnation of Gauri, of the mother goddess Gauri. But of course, people talk. So one day she was in her hut, and there she was cooking some rice pudding, as we would say over here. So she's cooked rice pudding, letting it cool, whilst in another realm, the 3 goddesses, which was Sri Mahalakshmi, Sri Mahakali, and Sri Saraswati, or you can say Sri Parvati, Sri Mahalakshmi, and Sri Saraswati. And so they were discussing about the future, where there was other works to be done, and so there was something special that everybody knew was in the air. But then they decided, okay, this maiden, let's see if her virtue, her innocence is, as the villagers say, her pureness. So let's send her a test. So what they've done, they sent her husbands down, but before they did, they said, now you have to go down and you're hungry, but your hunger cannot be fulfilled unless a person, the maiden, is completely nude. Okay, and then maybe the hunger would be fulfilled. So the three gods go down and appear to this maiden. So the maiden, of course, with all respect, sees the three gods, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and Sri Brahmadeva, and she bows to him and asks the request, what, what could she do? How could she be at service? And the three gods turn around and say to the maiden, we have a little bit of a problem that, we just cannot satisfy our hunger because there's been something put upon us that we can only accept a food from a maiden, but without any clothes on. So she'd have to be completely in a nude. So the maiden wasn't shocked. She just looked at the three deities, the three devas there, and then she said, okay, if you all three close your eyes, okay, then I'll make the wish come true. So as the three kings, as the three deities shut their eyes, then the maiden turns in and starts to mutter a mantra where slowly the three deities start to lose all their ornaments. And as they lose all their ornaments, they lose all their splendors. Then all of a sudden they start to emerge and come and reduce in size. And then all of a sudden, within a few moments, there laid a three-headed child. So this child laid there. As the maiden opened her eyes, she saw the child. She removed her clothing, put the child on her lap, and started to stir, ready for the rice pudding to feed the three kings. So as she goes to feed them, the little ones all put their mouths out, but no, she puts the rice pudding to her mouth, tries it to see if it's too hot, but it's not. So she stirs, feeds the first, feeds the second, feeds the third, and quenches their not their thirst, their hunger. So quenches their hunger. So there at that point, there they are as three-headed baby. So in that moment where she was holding the children, the goddesses appeared, and the goddesses, first of all, the goddesses were enamored and happy that she was able to help the three kings to remove their problem of sustenance. And then also the three queens granted the child to this maiden, and the maiden was given the child. So here there was a free-headed child. Well, at that point, she was enamored, and the free goddesses, before they left, they vibrated the whole of the earth. So there was no gifts of gold or anything. It was just vibrations throughout the earth and throughout the village, and everybody felt something. So the maiden got dressed, went up to the guru, and showed the child, but the guru already knew. So he already knew the story, already knew everything. And then they named the child Dattatreya. So the child was born from innocence. So the three innocents became one from an innocence of a maiden. So the purification of that, or enhancements of that innocence, became the power that vibrated the whole area. And of course, as the goddess was saying, there was works to be done in the cosmic realm, and somebody had to take that works on, and that eventually would become this young boy who becomes Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya. And that's the end of the story. So basically, the story narrates that out of innocence, the three innocents combined together to create a magnificent being, which is the three major deities. You could say Sri Vishnu, Sri Brahmadeva, and of course Lord Shiva. All three of them combined to one and make that pure deity, which became Sri Dattatreya. Okay, so we'll stop with that. I knew it was going to be a little bit embarrassing. I'm not good with all these things, but everything just came in me in that way so quick that I can't deny it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to have a little talk of Shemataji on the Guru principle. Then we're going to offer the names to the 10 aspects of the 10 major aspects of Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya. So I'll share the screen, but I don't know. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do it again because, yeah, share sound. Make sure everything's in place there. So, yeah, we're just going to listen to Shemataji first, and then we'll do all the mantras and everything else to do with the worship. I hope you're not embarrassed as I am, but Jai Shemataji, enjoy Shemataji's talk.
Where we want to start our work or do anything about it, because his innocence, and innocence was created before everything else was created, is the most powerful power, I should say, innocence. And then we'll do the Guru Puja, which is actually the Adi Guru, the primordial master, incarnated on this earth many times. And as you know, as Dattatreya, he was born as Janaka, Nanaka, and many others. That principle is within us, and that is very important, that we should develop the principle of Guru Nanak or Janak or any one of these primordial masters. Because if the spirit is the master, we have to become the master of ourselves. And the power of masters are that they are the essences of the innocence of the creator, of the sustainer and the destroyer. They are the innocence of all this. Out of them, this great personality, innocence of these three personalities was created, this great incarnation. And their innocence is shown by their detachment to things. They live everywhere, just like other human beings, married, living in the families, but absolutely detached. Unless and until this principle is awakened in you, you cannot do surgery. First of all, this principle of Guru must be awakened in you, which gives you balance. And then the ascent has to be brought in through the spirit, the Atma. That is done by the Shakti, by the Kundalini herself. She is the Shakti, she is the womb. She is the one who nourishes, first of all. She nourishes. That power within us nourishes all our chakras, by which she cures our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual being. Because sometimes we bow to wrong type of people, our spiritual being is also very much hurt. And after that, after she has achieved that, then she ascends through your continuing movement and gives you the self-realization. So it is she who is the giver of your moksha. She is the one who is the giver of the peace, of the joy. And this mother of yours resides in you, and she gives you the realization. So we worship her as the power within you, so that you are empowered. You become power. But this power makes you the master. When she comes in the void area, she makes you the master, because she enlightens that Guru principle within you, and you become the master. You become the master of yourself, and by that you become the master of others also. The one who is not the master of oneself cannot be the master of others. So it works out first of all on you, and then it radiates. And that radiation makes others also accept you as the Guru. That dynamism and that compassionate attitude all develops through this Guru principle. But this is the blessing of the Kundalini, the womb, the mother, the one who we call as Aquarius. This is residing within us, and we have to just accept her manifestation and welcome her with open heart, and know that today is the day when we are expecting human beings to rise to that level where they become compassion, love, affection. This is the new awareness with which we are going to be completely fulfilled. And unless and until that happens, there is no chance for the emancipation of humanity. No doubt about it. We have worked out so many things in so many places, and every place I find has a different problem. The most difficult I find is America. It's like Mathura, where Sri Krishna had to go and establish himself. That was the kingdom of Sri Krishna, and where Kamsa was ruling. So the people in Mathura were the most difficult people, because they were governed by devils. And the devils have a capacity to dominate good people. They are also dominated that even where Sri Krishna lived, they tried to go and harm him and kill him and all that. And all the dynamism of these people from Mathura was killed by Kansa, who was to be killed by Sri Krishna. Surprisingly, the first day I came to New York for the puja, the first day it was written Parivartani Ekadashi. Now, Ekadasha is the power with which the people are going to be destroyed. Now, that is Parivartani, means the one by which you are going to be transformed. So, how is it the power that is going to destroy is going to transform you? Firstly, it will destroy all that is oppressive, all that kills your dynamism, all that makes you slave. That is going to be destroyed. Secondly, people will be frightened, the half-baked ones who are neither here nor there. That will be destroyed, and that awe will change. Thirdly, when you see that your kith and kin are going to be destroyed, then you will have much more compassion, much more tolerance for them, and you will try to save them. So that is what it is, where Sri Krishna had to raise a complete mountain on his fingertips, like this, on the right side. Govardhan Dari was called. That is what is my job here, is to raise the mountain, I think, and place it on my fingertip like that. But this finger has to be strong, and this finger is nothing but the Sahajogis of America, and they have to help. By their dynamic behavior and by their proper understanding, responsibility as the people belonging to this great nation of fatherhood. This is the finger of the father. And that fatherhood has to be dynamic, has to be overpowering, and has to be very responsible. And in that responsibility, you learn so many things. So that's my job is, that's my goal is. She asked me in the TV, what is your goal, mother? I didn't tell her that I have to raise a mountain on my finger. She would never have understood that. But that is what one has to do here, to raise the mountain. And I find it's like that, mountainous. And the base of the mountain seems to be Houston, which is the most difficult part of it. They just don't move. They just don't move. It's jada. It's very, very tamas. It's so full of ignorance and so full of heaviness. That is the most difficult part. And that's why, for Houston especially, we should do a nice puja to the Kundalini that she rises in Houston. So may God bless you. Can you get me the handkerchief?
Take a moment. So we're going to invoke Lord Ganesh to bring auspiciousness. So we're just going to say the mantra to Lord Ganesha to start with. And then we're going to also invoke the Mother Principle, the Kundalini. But first, the Sri Ganesha mantra. Om Twamiva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And now to the Mother Kundalini, which is Shri Kundalini Gauri Mata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kundalini Gauri Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Okay, now we're going to worship the Guru. And like I said at the beginning, each time we take the Guru mantra, we will light a beacon. So okay, so thank you. Here we are. Now you should all be able to see. So the next step will be to invoke Lord Dattatreya. So we'll get ready, but we'll start with the full mantra to Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Guru Dattatreya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. So, as we know, Lord Dattatreya took 10 major incarnations as a Guru principle, and we have them here. Yeah, and we'll start from the beginning. And as we said, each time we'll say a name, we will light a beacon, and that desire is that the light, permeates through the subtle system and awaken any quality of any of these deities at that moment. So we're going to say the full mantra to all the mantras because there's only 10 gurus. So we'll do the full mantra for all 10. So 5,000 year BC, Sri Raja Janaka. So we're going to say the mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Raja Janaka Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Next 2000 BC, Sri Abraham. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Abraham Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. 1200 BC, Sri Moses. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Moses Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. 1000 BC, Sri Zarathustra. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Zarathustra Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. 500 BC, Confucius. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Confucius Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. In the 6th century BC, Lao Tse. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Lao Tse Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And again 400 BC, Socrates. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Socrates Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. (500 AD), which is the Prophet Muhammad. So Shri Muhammad. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Muhammad Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So 1500 AD, Sri Guru Nanak. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Guru Nanak Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And finally, 1850s AD, Sri Sai Baba of Shirdi. So Sri Sai Baba. Om Tvamiva Sakshat Shri Sai Baba Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. That's the 10 incarnations just hold still. And the desire. The desire is that the light will be lit from within on the names of all these Adi Gurus and may their principles be enlightened and burn away all that's not the principle, Adama, Swaha. Keep meditating. You just want to play Guru Stuti. So keep meditating, keep that strength of desire to not only make each and every one of us have a stronger principle, Guru principle, but also the seekers to remove any obstacles and bring seekers to all the meetings. So just meditate.
ब्रह्मानन्दम् परमसुखदम् केवलम् ज्ञानमूर्तिः द्वन्द्वातीतम् गगन सदृशम् त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्
विमलमाचलं साक्षीभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि।
चेतन शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनबिन्दु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। गुरु सर्वेषु गुरु देव महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे चरण दर्शितं ये तस्मै श्री गुरुवे
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिगुरु दत्तात्रेय साक्षात् क्रियादिशक्ति माता जी श्री माता देवी Sorry about the sound, but I'm still not quite used to how to share screen or not share and have proper sound anyway. So if we raise our attention, take ourselves to Sahasrara. Or maybe a bit deeper into Sahasrara. And we're going to say Mother's three great mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaham. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Mokshara Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. 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 Jai Shri Mataji. So we do pray that each beacon permeates out there, but also touches seekers and opens the door to Saj Yoga. So may they have that light too. So I'm not going to play any music because it goes a little bit wrong without the share thing. So I'm just going to bid you all good night. I hope and pray that all these 10 incarnations give us that light so we can fulfill Mother's dreams, which is also to become better selves, a better guru of ourselves. Jai Shri. So I wish you all a very, very good night, and we'll see you around soon. Jai Shri. Good night, everybody. Good night.